think that we were incomparably lucky in October of 1962. War could have broken out in any one of a number of ways, a number of times. Didn't, but in each of those cases, the way we look at it, we were very lucky. And if you put all the cases together in that sort of crucible of pressure and tension and stress, the missile crisis, then I think the amount of luck involved is almost supernatural. But that's not the only way to interpret what happened in October of 1962. Right about this time, a B-52, which constituted in 1962 most of the U.S. nuclear force. Most nuclear bombs, little footnote here, in those days were not on missiles or submarines, they were on bombers, called the air-breathing leg of the triad, the airplanes, the submarines, and the land-based missiles out in Montana and the Dakotas. So, a B-52, all of which were built in the 1950s, carrying a full complement of nuclear bombs. Something went haywire in the engine.
Mayday! Mayday! Mayday!
It crashes nose down into a rocky mountain. Fire breaks out, but that's about it. The crew was killed, but nobody on the ground was killed. It turned out that each ignition device on each nuclear bomb on a B-52 has, I think, 12 levers, quote unquote, that have to be tripped in order for the nuclear explosion to occur. And that's in order to provide the last minute sort of fail-safe opportunity if a war is maybe about to break out to actually sort of call off the mission. The pilot calls back to the bombardier in those days saying, 1, okay, 2, okay, and then when they go to, let's say, 12, bomb bay doors open, nuclear bombs go down. End of whatever's down there. It turned out that every single one of those switches blew except one. If that one had blown, the odds are very good that parts of North Carolina would cease to exist. That an American plane would have crashed, nuclear bombs on it, and killed millions of Americans accidentally. We think it proves we were lucky. Other people think what it proves is that even though almost everything blew, everything didn't, and that we're safe enough. So it's a real problem for us, and I'm letting you in on a big dark secret here, that the Cuban Missile Crisis, in our view, is properly understood, that is, the way we understand it, is the best historical argument you could possibly imagine for getting rid of nuclear weapons. Because if you get rid of nuclear weapons, you can't blow up everything. You can't. You can't. Because there is no other weapon even remotely similar to it in its destructive capacity. Rest assured that we're on this. One of the interesting features of the Armageddon letters is embedding it in this website in which you participate. You tell us when you're not convinced, and we'll tell you why we're not convinced, and we'll move this argument to a whole new level.